Hey guys, just doing a quick video on how I've converted this Briggs & Stratton 4-stroke into a steam engine. Currently just running on compressed air, but obviously steam will work in the same way. I just don't have a boiler to produce the steam, but for now it's just working on compressed air. Basically, you'll do all the research I did. You'll look into YouTube and you'll look onto Google and stuff, and you'll find that I found anyway, that this is the simplest way to do it. You pull this engine apart. It's really simple. The flywheel, well, you don't have to pull that off actually, the side case comes off. You can get to the cam, it's down the bottom. There's two lobes on the cam because it works in 4 strokes, but we need to add new lobes to the cam behind the existing, or opposite the existing lobes. So instead of 2 lobes, you'll have 4, and they'll basically, what they'll do is they'll keep the valve open long enough for the steam to come in, push the piston down, and then momentum will push the piston up just enough, and then at that point the exhaust valve will open, and then down will be inlet open. So you're effectively converting it into a 2-stroke, but with the valves working in the same way as a 4-stroke. So inlet coming in, steam coming in, pushing the piston down, and then piston up, steam out. So it's just as simple as in, out, and pistons going down. On every stroke, steam's coming in to push the piston down, and on every stroke up it's pushing it out. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. So when you get the cam out, I just used a welder, and I just MIG welded some material to the back side of the lobe, so there was a lobe on each side of the cam, directly opposite the existing lobes, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I've just used a step motor here there's a DC alternator or a DC motor from a treadmill, so it produces DC power. We'll be able to read that here when I fire it up, and it likes to be just past top dead center. I've put a mark here that I just line up with that little hole there, but it's that groove in the shaft there, just past. That's top dead center, and that's just past. I've just taken the spark plug out and replaced it with this little pressure gauge here. It just shows me the pressure's really low, so it hardly moves unless I rev it right up. When I rev the engine right up, it goes up sort of to 15, I guess. But generally, yeah, we'll just fire her up and see what it does. So that's pretty slow, really. Just putting along, and with it putting along like that, you can see the needle just bouncing, and you can see we're on about 24, 25 volts. If I rev it right up, kind of full steam. Volts. Just shut it down. Yeah, so I thought it was a pretty fun project. Realistically, I mean, I started this morning 7 AM, and by about 10 or 11 it was pretty well done. I sandblasted the engine and painted it. It's really simple. I sort of rigged up a belt out of some water tube. I had to drill this pulley out to fit the shaft, and I had to make a keyway for the flywheel, so I was kind of filing that down. And yeah, I didn't have any gaskets, so I just sealed it up with some sealant. Even the head gasket, there's no head gasket in there, there's just some gasket sealant for now. It seems to be working okay. I guess there's no combustion happening, so it's not really that important. But yeah, I think it was a pretty fun project. Might add to it. Obviously I'd like to build the burner and make it steam operated, whether I build a burner here or whether it's a separate burner off to the side. And I think it's pretty well set up for 24 volt charging potentially, so you could have just 2 little batteries here and maybe run a voltage regulator and charge 24 volt. I put a pulley on the back side as well, or the front or the back, whatever you want to call that. So ultimately you could run additional things off that if you wanted to. But yeah, for now I was pretty happy. I thought it was pretty cool. I'll just fire it up quickly one more time. So just starting there.